Hi everyone, this is Sarfraz from Aristotle Prep, and we are looking at question 70 from the OG 13 RC chapter. In case you haven't understood this passage properly, please watch the video for question 69 in which I discuss the passage in great detail. So the question says, the author of the passage mentions the supervision of schools primarily in order to do what? I remember this supervision of schools being there in the brackets. So I will go back and check. So line number 23, the bracket. So these were basically occupations which were taken over by men. That's basically what it says. If I read the sentence, more importantly, she shows that debate itself depends on frame of reference. In many respects, women lost power in relation to men. For example, certain jobs typically performed by women were taken over by men. So this supervision of schools is one of those jobs which was typically performed by a woman, but which was eventually taken over by men. So A says, remind readers of the role education played in the cultural changes is absolutely nonsense. B says, suggest an area in which 19th century American women were relatively free to exercise power. No. C says, provide an example of an occupation for which accurate data about women's participation are difficult to obtain. No. D says, speculate about which occupations. Speculate is the wrong word. E says, illustrate how the answers to questions about women's status depend on particular context. That is the answer. You see, the context. Context means frame of reference, which is what that sentence says. So it depends on what your frame of reference is. That perfectly matches. E should be the answer to your question. Keep in mind, it's not a very direct answer. The answer I predicted is not exactly there, but this one matches it the most close, or it's the most close to that particular prediction. So you have to be open to options which come close to what you have in mind. They may not perfectly match what you have in mind, but we could easily eliminate the other option, then E matches perfectly. So that's the answer.